Hello and welcome to Create the Flow. I'm Monica Freeman, host and founder of Monica Freeman Studios and Unewell. I am here to guide you in aligning with your soul's purpose, trusting your inner voice, and building a life that you truly love. You were born with a purpose, and your intuition already knows the way. Hello, my love. Today's episode is so exciting because this is one of my absolute favorite topics. The one thing that money, love, success, your dream body, more travel, everything that you desire in life have in common is this. You ready for it? Energy. We are all frequency. Everything on the planet is energy. And in order to attract things to us, we have to become the match for that energy. And to do that, we have to become the frequency of the thing that we want. So if you feel like right now, you cannot find love, you are lacking in love, it's just one bad date after another, or money is hard to make, you're in poverty, lack, scarcity, you feel threatened by money, or travel is just not realistic. If you feel like everything is happening to you, I want you to come a little closer and I want you to hear this. You create your reality. It's not just the law of attraction. We all have the same opportunities. We don't realize it because we don't all start out with the same advantages. So we think because other people may have been set up for success or set up for love or other realities that we are lacking, that we don't have the same opportunities. When in reality, that is just not true. We all have the same opportunities, but we have to make the choices that are aligned with those opportunities to attract those opportunities. Money, wealth, success, love, these things are all your birthright. Just because other people have them doesn't mean that you can't have them. There is an abundance to go around. But we have to get out of this victim mentality, out of this lower frequency energy. If you are familiar with the emotion scale, you'll know what I'm speaking about. But if you're not, I want you to go into Google and I want you to Google the emotion code. And I want you to look at the different vibration of all the emotions. And you can see up at the top where there's peace and love and joy. But then down at the bottom where there's shame and grief, anger, resentment. That energy is going to attract more of that back to you. And we don't realize that. But you know that feeling when you are running behind or you're just in the worst mood ever and everything goes wrong. It's just like one thing after the next. You cannot catch a break. It's because you are in the frequency of that energy. You're not a match to receive. It took me a while to understand this concept until I really understood how even our words are vibrational. And I'll give you an example. Imagine that you're crossing a crosswalk and there's someone on the other side of the crosswalk and you guys are coming near each other. And as you pass this person bumps into you and is like, F you. You immediately, you get this reaction. And it's usually unpleasant. It's usually like, wait a minute, hold on. Okay, what did I just do to deserve that? Or what if they're crossing the street and they're like, hey, I love that dress that you're wearing. You're like, oh my God, thank you so much. And then you go across the crosswalk and you see someone and you're like complimenting them. We want to spread love. Just like we want to spread love, unknowingly, we spread chaos and drama and low vibe emotions. Because that same person that said that nasty thing to you when you were crossing the crosswalk put an energy in your aura that lowered your vibration. It put you in a bad mood if you allowed it to, if you reacted to it. And then you carried that with you and you probably started having a bad day. And even if you didn't allow that to affect your day, you probably called one of your friends and told them what happened, which then continued to spread that negativity. We don't realize how powerful energy is. When you want love, when you want money, you have to treat those things the way you would treat the version of you who has those things. Imagine if you were in the healthiest, happy relationship today. What would that feel like? What emotions would you be experiencing? If you felt like you had the most loyalty, this person loved you unconditionally, you trusted them so much, you had the most fun with them, there was peace, you had really good conversations, everything just flowed effortlessly. And even if you had disagreements, you could communicate in a way that it didn't feel like a disagreement, it was healthy love. Imagine what that feels like. Imagine that you are someone who's single right now and you're looking for love, and you know that's the experience that you want. But hypothetically, let's say that you're on a dating app and you're scrolling and you just keep matching with people because they are attractive, or they live close by, or it seems easy. There's not really any method. You're just, let me throw it out there and try to match with however many people decide to match with me. And then all of a sudden you start attracting just a melting pot of a bunch of different personalities, no commonality. They're not even probably at all what you want. They probably look great, dress great, are fun to be around. But now you have somebody who doesn't have the same core values as you. You have somebody who has a lot of dysregulation. They're constantly stressed. They overreact. They don't have the same hobbies. They have no interest in meeting your parents. They don't want kids and you do. You guys are completely opposite. All because you weren't discerning about what you wanted. You just put yourself out there, you settled, and you accepted anything you can get. That's low vibe energy. And now here you are, you're calling your friend and you're asking your friend why you can't attract a really good person on the dating app. And your friend says to you exactly what I'm going to say to you, which is you have to raise your standards and you have to meet that person where you want to be. All of those emotions that you want to experience, that healthy love, that honest communication, that loyalty, that trust, all of these things start with you. If you don't feel these things internally and you're not operating from that energy, you will never attract that back to you. You will keep attracting the very thing you don't want. Every single time I see an article on social media or a friend tell me that they had a bad experience with a dating app, I kind of laugh because I think it's not the dating app. It's just like when people think the algorithm is sabotaging them. It's not the algorithm. It's what you're putting out. It's the energy that you're putting out and you're expecting a different result. It's not the algorithm's fault because you're not landing on your dream client's feed. It's not the dating app's fault because you keep matching with the wrong person. It's your energetic frequency. It's your embodiment. Again, everything is energy, and money is the exact same way. I love when people think that, first of all, it's easy to make money. The perception that it's easy to make money is accurate and inaccurate. I don't think it's not easy to make money. I think what they fail to realize is that the people that they're speaking to think that you can just think, oh, I have $1 million in my bank account and it'll happen. Or they are in such a lack mindset, they have so many limiting beliefs around money that their baseline is not it's easy to make money. Their baseline is I can never make enough. So the reality is the mix match energies. It's not that money is hard to make. It's that the people that are not making money feel like it's hard to make because they are not truly a match to receive more. They are still living in this mindset of settling, or I have just enough, or because I can afford to pay my bills so that they don't get turned off, I'm doing okay. They don't have a thermostat that goes above that baseline. They are not energetically aligned with the frequency of making more. And I am not trying to speak at you or have no compassion. I have been all of these people. Not necessarily the girl on the dating app who's matching with the low frequency, but I have been the person who thought money was hard to make. I have been the person who got into the wrong relationship because I didn't know what I wanted. I've been a lot of people in my life that had low frequency. I didn't realize the exchange of energy. You know, when you get on a phone call with somebody and they drain the life out of you, whatever the conversation that they're having is, and it doesn't necessarily mean that they're venting and complaining. They could just be talking about something that you have no interest in. And it's just like exhausting. That's because you're not an energetic match for that conversation. When we start seeing energy as something that we can become more of or less than, so if you start feeling those low frequency emotions, you're becoming less than. If you start raising that, you're becoming more than or a match. When we start seeing it as this place where we have to become the person that we want, we start to magnetize things. This shift transformed my whole life because we have 80% of our thoughts statistically have been proven to be negative. So we have 80% of our thoughts all day that are negative. 95% of them are on a loop. This is science. This is not my statistic. This is science. This has been proven. So if all day you're sitting here thinking, I'm never going to catch a break. I'll never find love. I'm ugly. I'm fat. I attract the wrong people. Money is so hard to make. Oh, God, another bill. You're going to attract more of that to you, love. And it's not your fault. It's conditioning. It's what you've been taught your whole life. No one's actually taught you anything differently. It's not your parents' fault. It's not society's fault. It's not the external world's fault. We are all doing the best with the information that we have at that time. We think we're helping people when we get on a call with our friend who is in a state of panic because they can't pay their bills, or they're in a state of rage because somebody just did something bad on a date. And we are sort of validating their feelings and trying to be compassionate and empathize with them. We think we're doing something right. We think by being a friend, we're helping them, we're supporting them. We're actually lowering our frequency to match theirs. We're actually becoming that vibration. We're going to actually start attracting that. What we should be doing is trying to elevate them, trying to get them out of that. Energy is so powerful, and we feel it all the time. When you go to a party and there's one person in the middle who's like loud as can be, and they're entertaining and they're so charismatic and they're funny, we're a magnet to that energy. We all want to know what that is. I don't know if you guys have ever been to California, but down on Venice Beach, there's these performers that always come, and they bring in a big crowd because everybody's curious about what they're doing. And they're doing all these dances, sometimes singing, and they're very, very good. But they draw attention because people love this. It raises their frequency. But on the flip side of that, there's also a whole side of Venice and the boardwalk where you can get somebody that has a mental illness condition and they're hurtful to themselves and alarming to other people. And then you kind of like back away and you walk the opposite way and you try to get as far away from that person as possible. That's what we are doing. This is such a powerful conversation that I haven't even touched enough on in this because I could speak to this all day. I created an entire program about the 3-week money manifestation challenge that goes deeper into this because so many of my clients want to manifest money. Money seems to be the goal this year. But there are other things that we can manifest and materialize. There are other things that we need, actually. And this actually dives into everything. You could apply this entire course to limiting beliefs. You can use it for any subconscious reprogramming work. You can use it for healing. You can use it for transforming your body. You can actually use it for attracting love. It's not just a money course. I'm marketing it as a money course because there is a whole module about money in there, how to make money. Because at the end of the day, we all need to feel like we have an abundance of things to make us feel safe internally, and we all need to actually have money to pursue other things. You don't want to date somebody if you don't have any money. So money is, yes, maybe the very first jumping off point. Once you actually feel safe in your body, I would say money is probably the next thing before love, because financial stress does break up a lot of relationships. So tapping into money is great. But if you're looking for love, or you want to buy your dream house, or even invest into health, again, all of these things cost money. But going back to the whole point of this, money is still energy. It is an exchange between two people that we have to have as a revolving exchange. You can't just hold on to money. I want you to know that love is possible for you. Wealth is possible for you. Every single thing you can possibly dream of is possible for you. The second that you shift your vibration, and it requires work. When 80% of our thoughts are negative, you can imagine how much work we have to do to go inside and figure out what's keeping us in this low vibrational energy. We have to think about the things that shaped us and made us the person that we are today. And then we have to choose to shift that. And every time something happens, you have to look at it as something that's happening to you. It's a gift. It's either a lesson or it's an initiation, but it's a gift that's happening to you. So you're either learning from it so you can grow and have something manifest that's way bigger, or it's an initiation. It's just a universal test to make sure that you're ready to receive. Because if you don't have the capacity to hold the thing that you want, you will self-sabotage it. You have to heal your nervous system and stay in this high frequency in order to receive, to be able to sustain that and hold it. I'll share this on another episode, but I want to leave you with that. Energy is your currency. It is how you are going to manifest everything in your life. It is how you are going to materialize things that you didn't even think were possible for you. And it's how you're going to turn your reality into not only your dream life, but your healthiest life. Because when you start elevating your emotions and you radiate at this high frequency, the peace that you feel internally is priceless. It is so good. I've shared this before, but it's like when in the most chaotic times, you still feel peace. It is so good. It's so good. I love that feeling. It took me my whole life up to this point to finally figure out how to build that. And now I've had that for 2.5 years and I will not let it go. I won't. It is priceless. And it's all thanks to changing my energy, up-leveling that frequency. So I hope this instilled some powerful information for you to take away and help you become a magnet to the thing that you want to attract. And I want you to know every single thing is possible for you. Never doubt what's possible for you. Everything is possible for you, no matter where you're starting at today. I love you so much, and I will see you on the next one.
Thank you so much for tuning in to today's episode. If you'd like more information, you can follow along on Instagram at Create the Flow Podcast, or find me personally at Monica Freeman. And if you enjoyed this episode, please be sure to leave a review and share it with a friend.